hey, you know, at any time you could like totally fucking touch my tits, that would be kind of cool.
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
What's up, guys, and welcome to a new episode of Friday Night Mail that I'm actually recording on Wednesday, so I am pretty sure this one's gonna be on time. I'm doing this a little early because I got some stuff from my P.O. box that I think most of which I bought myself, or all of which, as well as some Adam and Eve stuff that I'm gonna open here, but I'm gonna actually do a full video on like usual. So I'm gonna give you a little pre-look at it, which should be fun, because sexy Adam and Eve stuff is always fun. But I just wanted this stuff that I bought myself from the P.O. box so bad, and I had a little bit of extra time, and I'm hoping to go to F&M this week. So getting this done before Friday is, as you can see, imperative to me. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually really interested in one of the questions, and you'll see which in a second, but first, I am going to announce the winner of this week's giveaway. The winner of this week's F&M giveaway is Ryan K. Congratulations, Ryan K. Not wearing a bra, so, you know, gotta do a little bit of the booby jiggle. If you guys want to sign up for this week's F&M giveaway, link as always is in the description down below, right next to F&M giveaway. Also, I am very happy to announce that today I got a notification from Canon saying that they're sending back my camera today. So this should be the last Friday Night Mail that I do here with this backdrop. But once again, if you guys want to see this backdrop more often and see me in more of like a podcasty style, although I don't do podcasts and I don't do IRL that often, I do stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/TaraBabcock. That's going to be all about games and me playing my bass Autumn back there. I also want to touch on something. I saw a question from someone asking about my bass practice and to update them on my progress and stuff like that, but I have to wait until after the 16th to do so. So that's why I ignored your question 2 FNMs ago. I apologize for that. You'll see why soon. All right, we have 3 questions this week. Our second question is going to be my favorite because I just found out about this thing through this question as I was looking for good questions from last week. And finally, it's something that I actually want to give my opinion on that I just informed myself about, so it's fresh in my brain. First question comes from KZim711. He says, or she says, question, what is your go-to cereal? I'm a Captain Crunch kind of person. Yes, I know they cut the roof of your mouth. I know people who only eat one kind of cereal their entire lives, but they are just not open to other things, and I know you are a very open person. You pegged me correctly. I am down for most types of cereal. I've had things from like oatmeal-y, good-for-you type cereals, and like grains and granola, all the way up to things like Cocoa Puffs. I have a few down in the kitchen, so I'm gonna go get them and show you what I have right now. One moment. Okay, so the first thing I have here, I'm a little winded from running up the stairs and running down the stairs, is Engine 2's Blueberry Vanilla Granola. Love this stuff, sometimes use it as a cereal, sometimes I'll just put it in like regular or vegan yogurt or something like that. And then I have the basic bitch stuff. We've got Blueberry Toast Crunch. This is like, tastes like blueberries, but it's like regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Fruit Loops, but with marshmallows that are kind of like the, what's the other cereal that has marshmallows? I always forget, but I like that cereal too. And then we have probably my favorite right now, which is just Reese's Puffs or Cocoa Puffs effectively, but these are the Reese's version, so they're better. With cereal, I will either have a regular Soylent or I will have non-sweetened almond milk. Depends on my calorie allowance. I don't usually eat these things, to be honest. I have them, but I'm just not much of a cereal person, and I find that it's not that great for you calories and macros wise, so I just don't have it that often unless I'm like really craving something sweet, but I don't want to have something that has like a bazillion calories. Eve's down there like... trying to eat all of it. Are you trying to eat all of it, baby? I love you. I love you so much. She likes it, but she also hates it. As for someone assuming that I might like different types of cereal because I'm an open person, I am really not open in terms of food. I'm an extremely picky eater, and I often won't eat things that have certain textures, or if like the texture isn't consistent, like let's say some kind of soups that have like something that's squishy and then something that's kind of a smooth texture, or like even yogurts that have like chunks of different fruits in them, that often like grosses me out. Just something about mixed textures grosses me out, so I'll often be very picky with my meals, and if I go out to eat or something, I'll be like, take this off, take this off, take this off. And it's funny because Jay is always like, one day someone's gonna spit in your food. Not for me being a bitch, which I occasionally am when someone really fucks up, but just because I'm like asking people to modify the food that's on the menu. Okay, next question, and this is the biggest question. Actually, I'm gonna save the biggest question for last because I have a lot to say on the topic, and I'm gonna kind of explore my thoughts on it in real time with you guys, so let's just skip that and go to the third question, which is now the second second question. Jesse Rich says, question. What is your opinion on men who love to wear girl cloths? I think he means clothes. How do we tell people? How do you ask for help? Okay, so this whole like how do we tell people thing is kind of irritating to me unless you're talking about your closest relatives or like your wife or something and you've been hiding it and you're in the closet about it for a long time. I don't like people feeling the need to come out in the open, in the public, to people they don't even know about things like sexual orientation or perversions and things that you do in the bedroom or on your own time. I get it. In the past and even sometimes today, gays and other things like that, transsexuals, etc., have been marginalized, or people will even attack them for being the way that they are, so they have kind of like a pride in the coming out. But honestly, it's nobody's business but your own, and if you want to do something behind closed doors or live a certain lifestyle, you don't have to like announce it to the world. I don't feel like coming out with certain things should be such a big point in someone's life to the point where it defines them, their sexual orientation, or what they like to do in bed or what they like to do behind closed doors, because they feel so obligated to come out with this instead of like only telling the people that matter. And you definitely shouldn't be ashamed of liking that or enjoying doing it. Maybe a little bit of introspection as to why you feel that way. Are you attracted to men? Are you just attracted to the way the clothes feel or being closer to women in that regard because you're wearing their clothes? What is it about wearing women's clothes that makes you happy? Is it a turn on or is it just a comfort thing? I say to each his own, do whatever you would like to do, but I do encourage everyone to get like some counseling or do some introspection to figure out what actually is best for you and why you have the inclination to do the things that you like to do. And as for asking for help, I'm assuming then that you feel like you would want to change that about yourself. That's another big thing. You can want to change something about yourself that makes your life harder, but what's better, changing it or accepting yourself? Is it possible to change that you like this thing? Is it better really to stay away from something that you like in order to decrease grief in your life from someone finding out and judging you harshly because of it? These are all questions you have to ask yourself, and I, and not even a therapist, can tell you what's the right thing to do. You have to figure out which path you want to take, weigh the good and the bad, and just be yourself and figure out what yourself really is. Eve, stop trying to eat the cereal. She's trying to eat the cereal. All right, guys, we're going to the third question. The third question is from Daisy Snow, and she says, question. What do you think about the Maya Malad / MOMOKUN sexual harassment situation? Do you think her being so handsy was just a too comfortable thing / ADHD as she's claiming, or do you think she crossed the line still and is using a cop-out? While I know this is actually a very common thing among women, you don't see it blown up like this often. Curious what your view is on this if you classify her actions as sexual harassment. I think Eve's actually eating. No, get your head out of there. She loves cereal. She loves human food. I swear to God. Oh my God, Eve, you're such a troll. Let me put these up here. Oh, I wanted to show you guys my new phone case too. Soot sprites that look like Eve, and also from my favorite anime movies series, the Miyazaki Studio Ghibli movies. I love them so much, like Spirited Away and stuff like that. Princess Mononoke, I could go on forever. Howl's Moving Castle. But anyway, I also got a pop socket, an official one with Tara Babcock merch boob hype on it. And I think it's so cute. I never thought I would want a pop socket so badly, but it actually really does help with taking ass pics. That's why it's so far down on the bottom, because I can hold it back like this and then I can just like take pictures of my ass. Eve! Just trying so hard to get in these. It's like ridiculous. So yeah, I thought I would share that with you guys. But okay, so thanks Daisy for the question because it made me look into this. At first I thought it was gonna be another one of those dumb sexual harassment scandals where there's no actual proof and the person went so far as to say that they were raped, but then there was no fucking police report. I hate those. I hate outrage mobs so much. And there is a lot of outrage mobbery going on with this situation, but at least there's physical evidence and proof on camera that this chick was like touching titties and asses unwarranted. Eve, oh my God, I can't even fucking, I have to put these back. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I hadn't heard of MOMOKUN before. I don't follow that many cosplayers. I admire cosplayers because I think they're really cool and I think what they can do is really sexy and really accurate to my favorite stuff, and that is awesome. I follow really realistic cosplayers like Alice and Tabitha, and then I also follow the sexier end of cosplayers. But obviously this girl doesn't really go with my aesthetic and I just never heard of her. But I digress, and I have to catch my breath because once again I'm running up and down the stairs, which has been great for my steps count and keeping me active while at home, which has been nice. So basically I hadn't heard about this situation or this person before. I watched 2 videos right before filming this. One from Onision and one from Repsion. I don't like either of those content creators, more so Repsion. Like, oh, just, I hate that guy. I don't know. Stuff about him just seems so ingenuine and annoying. I don't know. But I couldn't really find many videos on it that weren't just like randos making videos. videos and I wanted a thorough video. So I knew that while I'm gonna get some opinions that I don't agree with, I'm gonna get mostly facts as well. So this is really interesting to me and I'm gonna go through my thoughts with you guys on it, but I am very much kind of like her, but not in that I'm gonna touch people I've never met before that I don't know. I will, if you like videotape me with my friends, with my really close friends, I will do stuff like that, but there are friends that I don't do stuff like that with because they're not open to that stuff, and then there's friends that we have like this unspoken thing where they can touch me and I touch them, and it's like whatever. And I guess you could get footage of us doing that, and then someone could think that I'm like that. In the modeling industry especially, we are always touching each other. It's basically just like a lot of girls will assume that because, oh, we're girls and, you know, we go to the bathroom together, the powder room, and we change in front of each other. Like literally every girlfriend I've ever had, we started peeing in front of each other like the second day of knowing each other. I pee with all of my girlfriends. It's just kind of a thing where girls are more comfortable with other girls and therefore girls are more open to touching other girls without getting express written consent. And you guys know how I feel about express written consent. I think it's unnecessary. I think it's a little overboard. And I believe that the outrage mob on this is a little bit overboard. And I also believe that it's very annoying when people make allegations after the fact and didn't speak up during the fact. Like, that is so annoying to me. Like, if I ever touch you and you don't want it, just be like, hey, bro, don't do that. And then just leave it at that. I will literally never touch you again. And I'm a girl, and a lot of people find me attractive, and I have power, so it is very easy for me to assume that flirting, very borderline flirting, that would make some people uncomfortable if I was an ugly dude and they were like a hot chick. I get away with that shit. Like, girls get away with a lot more, especially attractive girls in a position of power. But instead of acting like I shouldn't have fun or I should have some kind of limitations that another random person doesn't have, I would rather teach people to speak up when they're uncomfortable immediately in the situation, not after on Twitter to get an outrage mob going. That is so fucking annoying to me. There's no proof that all of these extra allegations after the fact, where there's no video evidence, actually happened. It could just be like people that don't like MOMOKUN. It could be just people jumping on the bandwagon because they want attention. So I don't like that at all. If someone does something that you don't like, tell them to stop immediately. Don't just think about like, oh, that was awkward. What if I say something that'll be awkward? She won't like me anymore. If something actually bothers you to the point where you feel the need to complain about it on Twitter and you feel so violated and so uncomfortable and so unhappy and you can't stop thinking about it, speak the fuck up. Have some balls. She should take responsibility for what she did, but you should also take responsibility for you. And I know a lot of people are gonna accuse me of victim blaming, but you not speaking up is your fault. But this whole like after the fact, no proof, hate mob bullshit, instead of telling people to stop in the moment and just moving on, or if it's even worse, making a police report and moving on with it privately and handling it privately until it's resolved legally, and then maybe you can talk about your story. I just feel like one feels like you're an attention whore and one feels like you're an actual victim who's trying to handle shit and move forward. So I think she's making excuses, yes, but in Repsion's video, and I'm gonna link both of the videos I watched down below, in Repsion's video he was saying like she was making excuses by saying, I guess I should go back and tell you guys what happened if you don't want to look into it. So there's this chick, she's a cosplayer, and she randomly touched this guy's butt who was just in line at her booth or something, just like full on grabbed his ass on camera, thinking that that would be okay because she's an attractive female. And then she also grabbed the titty of two girls who I don't even know if they were okay with it. There was one of them that seemed okay with it and the other one kind of blocked it, but the reason she blocked it was because she was like, oh, we're on Twitch. We don't know if she would allow them to do that. And then afterwards, I guess a booth that she worked with asked for more allegations on Twitter, and people actually said, yeah, she did that to me too, or she pulled down my top and stuff. Unsubstantiated claims from people who could be or could not be attention whores. And this is why you get evidence, and this is why you actually handle it in person. And then so she apologizes by saying she gets a little too comfortable and has ADHD, and that's why she sometimes grabs people. Yes, that seems like an excuse. But like literally any apology that anyone ever gives is never enough for people. And that's another thing that annoys me about this kind of thing. I'm gonna put myself in the shoes of this person and imagine that I grabbed some guy's ass who I thought was hot, and then he actually wasn't okay with it, which is like unheard of. And then he posts on Twitter or something, and then a bunch of mob people are like, yeah, she touched my titty too, la la la. Let's say they're true. I have like two options. I can be like, I'm sorry. I'm used to just like everyone being okay with that kind of thing, and I thought this person was okay with it. That sounds excusey, right? But that's the honest truth. Like, I'm saying I fucked up because that person feels sad about the situation, but I'm also explaining why I did it. Now, let's say I didn't explain why I did it. Let's say I'm like, I'm sorry, there's no excuse. Nobody's gonna accept that apology. Nobody. So like, what do you do? Like, how do you apologize properly and then have people actually forgive you? I feel like apologizing to the public is just never worth it. I feel like you apologize to the specific people, and then I don't know what you do with the public. People go like, oh, MOMOKUN is over, and like all of her persona boils down to that one like mistake she made because she thought she could do it and nobody would mind. I mean, okay, let me think about it for a second. I guess I would just explain, like, no one's ever minded this before, and I always hold people to the certain standard where if something I do bothers them, I would want them to speak up to me directly and tell me to stop. I would say that the whole like express written consent before you can even touch another human being is a little bit silly, and in normal situations that aren't flooded with outrage and social justice, you kind of think that like when you get a vibe with a certain person, you can do a certain thing with them, and that's not an excuse because I hurt this person and I apologize to this person, and I will obviously never do this again to that person, but like what else can I do? You know, I wouldn't know what to say or what to do. I would kind of just be like, I'm sorry. I don't know what you do. So it's really weird because obviously she's in the wrong just touching random people, because random people probably don't want to be touched. You don't even know if that person wants you to touch them, and even if they find you attractive, maybe they have a girlfriend and they don't want you touching them. But at the same time, like if someone just touched me and there was no threat of like rape or bodily harm, I can't see that as like the biggest deal ever, like some people do. Like me and my friends, or like even me and people that I barely know, like I might put my arm around them or ask for a hug or like, you know, touch them or flirt with them. I don't like that the lines aren't blurred anymore with social and sexual interaction. I don't like that something that someone can view as harmless and the other person like completely consents to, like for instance the Louis CK thing where the girls are giggling while he's jerking off in front of them, and then they're saying that like he should have known not to do that. Like what? It blows my mind. Just fucking speak up. I will never understand why people are so infantilized that they can't speak up when they don't want something done to them. If they just lay there like a limp rag or pretend to like it or laugh or don't say anything and then allow that behavior to continue, and then later on Twitter they're like, this bitch molested me by touching me 1,000 times, it's because you said nothing 1,000 times. Okay, this has become an amalgam of nothing to do with MOMOKUN and everything to do with how annoyed I am at a lot of the Me Too movement. Obviously, if someone raped someone, they should go to jail. Obviously, if someone's touching someone inappropriately, they should stop. They should be told to stop, and then they should stop and apologize and never do it again. Obviously, but after becoming a victim of something, you can either become a perpetual, helpless, annoying, hate mob making victim who obviously didn't care enough to report it in the first place or didn't have the self-respect enough to report it in the first place. People usually claim the latter, but it usually seems the former. All right, I'm gonna end this rant right here. I wasn't even done with my thought, but that is enough of that bullshit. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate on this, but these are my honest thoughts about this. Yeah, women in society have a lot more leeway with what they can do to men and to other women. But the reason this is so is because more often people don't care that much. People actually allow it to happen because most people either enjoy it, because the sexuality of a woman is more sought after and men are more open to that kind of thing. It doesn't hold the same statistics for harm. So this is why it's so important to complain. You can't stop assholes and autists and bad people from doing shit, but you can protect yourself and use the law in your favor. And that's why people do what a lot of people call victim blaming. In this situation, telling someone not to grab tits would have actually helped, but usually you can't tell rapists not to rape. That's not helpful. Everyone knows not to rape already. Oh, all right, let's open these. I don't know if I did this justice. These are just my initial thoughts. If you guys have any questions, please do not just like read into what I said and assume something. Literally just ask me and I will clarify honestly exactly what I meant by anything. I hate it when people go like, so what she's saying is, and then like just try to make a backwards ass argument based on things I didn't even say, just making assumptions. You can always ask me. I'm an open book and I will tell you exactly how it is, even if I think it's not politically correct what I do believe. Moving on, I think I bought got this for myself and I'm excited. Yes, I did. Okay, I bought myself a mini boogie board. Aw, they didn't write anything fun on it. Okay, so a lot of the reviews on Amazon for this thing say that the Amazon workers write like cuss words or something on this thing. And what this is, it's an LCD screen. I think it's an LCD e-writer, and you can like write little notes on it. So a lot of people in the magic community will use this for their life totals, and I've decided I want to start using one for my life totals because it saves paper and it's very cute, and I found one in pink and I like it. So let's see if we can reset it. Oh, there, it reset. Okay. I don't know what made it actually reset. Why can't I take this off? I feel like I'm gonna break it. How do I take this off? Okay, we're gonna use a different stylus and we're gonna write go fuck yourself. It isn't very bright, but you can definitely like clearly tell what it's saying on there. So I think it's good enough. And then you press this and it resets. I'm gonna take some life totals right now. So T and heart. So I go to 19, he's at 22. And then I go to 25 and then he's at 1. And then he's fucking dead, girl. I think this is gonna work out. And it's really small too and cute. So let's do a thumbnail with this for the video. FNM 129. Put a bunch of lines there. Okay, and then we gotta get rid of this, obviously. All right, I think that's good enough. And then let me show you how it looks when it's like resetting. There we go. That's it. Okay, and the next thing I bought myself is this. It's an amiibo carrying case, but I feel like I might use it for magic. If not, it's just like really cute because it's like obviously a question mark block. But I had never seen anything like this in the amiibo carrier. I thought it was really cute. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from with the MOMOKUN shit. Yeah, I think she's making excuses. And yeah, I think she's in the wrong, but I don't feel like anyone's ever told her that they didn't like it, and therefore she probably just gauged that people would like that she's touching them, because people probably have most often liked that she's touching them. This is cool. It actually collapses. I could totally use this for magic, I think. It's a little too small for my modern deck box, but it is so cute. It says amiibo. And it's a question mark block. I'm not really happy that it has like these, like it's indented here now because it was folded that way, but it also is kind of cool at the same time that it can fold. I guess my problem with the whole situation is I don't want social discourse to be so uptight that no one can ever flirt, that no one can ever make a move, that no one can ever, and this is the biggest part for me, that no one can ever know if what they're doing is reciprocated by the other person because the other person is too afraid to speak up and say, hey, this is making me uncomfortable. So instead of like taking that avenue where the person is just like, this is making me uncomfortable, I don't want to do this, I'm not attracted to you, when someone is just doing some harmless flirting that literally leaves no lasting damage, and then the person who doesn't bring it up then goes on Twitter and ruins your career with a hate mob without any evidence, just saying like, this has been going on for months. You never said anything for months. And I know that this is like one situation that can happen and even maybe a kind of a straw man, but I worry that a man and a woman or a lesbian and a lesbian or a gay guy and a gay guy can't just flirt and have fun, that friends have to expressly be like, hey, you know, at any time you could like totally fucking touch my tits, that would be kind of cool, and like we're on that level. Like it doesn't make any sense that everything has to be spoken or written before it's okay. I think it's better to just make moves to test the waters, to see how things are, and the other person lays out clear guidelines. Can you please stop doing that? That makes me feel uncomfortable. These are things that you can say. And I would rather teach the next generation, and even this generation apparently still needs to know it, to stand up for themselves in the moment, to go to the cops, to take every avenue to defend themselves that they have at their disposal before going to the Twitter hate mob and not even having told the person that you don't like it in the first place and just going along with it. It's disingenuous, it's attention seeky, and it makes you make yourself a victim, which is something that no one should ever want to be, but an astounding number of people today really want to be it. Whew, I feel like that really laid out my thoughts on it a lot better. See, it takes me like, I think 30 minutes to think through and to really think within myself my opinions on a certain topic. And I think it was fun. I'm gonna leave all of the early stuff in because I think it was fun to kind of get there with you guys in real time. Let me get my magic bag and see if all my magic stuff fits in here. One sec. Yes, my stream does have an Eve cam feature that I can turn off and on, or go to full Eve cam at any time. And also a pink Batman transition screen. Okay, so what I need for magic, this And then I have this like big ass deck box that I don't think I'll be able to fit, but if I'm just going for limited and I'm not gonna play any constructed, all I need is this really. And now I don't even need this because I can use my boogie board. That's it. So I don't know, maybe sometimes I'll use it. Maybe I'll like switch up which like bags I'm using. Real quick, before the end of this video, we're gonna go through what Adam and Eve sent me. We're just gonna take a quick look. And remember guys, always at any point, you can use the code Tara at adamandeve.com for 50% off almost any one item. There's a few things like the actual name brand pocket pussies that you can't get the money off on, but you also get free shipping in the US and Canada. It's like the best fucking promo deal ever. Ooh, a rechargeable purple passion little vibrator. Ooh, we've got a self-lubricating pussy or asshole. Easy Grip Masturbator XL. It's an anal masturbator. I'm gonna have Jay try this. I don't give him anal enough because his dick is too big. Hot vanilla coconut strawberry massage oil. 3 different massage oils. That's cool. Ooh, we've got both of the outfits I asked for. Yes! They're dominatrix centric. And I wanted more dominatrix looking outfits because my patrons have been asking very nicely, and as you saw last week, very aggressively, these were the handcuffs from last week by the way, to do bondage type stuff. So when you ask and I don't mind or even kind of like it, I shall give and you shall receive. Okay, a glass dildo. I don't usually like glass dildos, but this one seems a little different. That would be cool. And then we have 2 original Adam and Eve rabbit vibes, the ravishing rabbit thruster and the badass booty vibe. I don't have any Adam and Eve booty vibes, I don't think. But that is all I'm showing you for now. That is a lot of stuff to fit in a small box. If you guys are excited about my next Adam and Eve haul, like the video and subscribe to the channel because you shall see it soon. Also, Tara reads comments, also fucking favorites. All of that stuff's gonna come back very soon because I'm getting my camera back. Just as I was about to start filming that stuff because I got done with the GPJ's birthday and all the moving stuff. Just when I was finally ready to get back into it, I break my fucking camera. And then I'm stuck doing this at the stream setup. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Please post your thoughts. As always, this is an open forum here. Criticism, thoughts, questions. Hopefully thoughts and questions come before criticisms, especially if you don't fully understand or grasp what I'm trying to say. Let me know what your thoughts are on MOMOKUN and let me know if you like my choices of self-gifting. Good job, Tara. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you're entertained, and I will see you next week for another Friday Night Magic Mail. If you want to see where I got that backpack and the pin that was on my backpack, I did a nerdy Walmart haul that I'll link down in the description. That's on my other channel, the gaming channel. Magic nerd status. I usually put it in my braid. Ooh, I could put it in my bun. Yeah, if I ever go to Magic with a bun, I can totally put it in my bun. So yeah, random little tidbit there. I have Eve hair on my face and in my nose. That shit's like so hard to get off of you once you get it on you, but it's worth it.